Welcome to my next Better Call Saul Season 6 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important. If you are caught up to the point where I am at rewatching or watching Better Call Saul, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, if you find that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this detailed review any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And full disclosure, I've already seen Better Call Saul all the way through one time. I want to rewatch the show to let it resonate as I binged it to get caught up the last time. And it's one of my favorite shows of all time. Where specifically, I would say it's at least in the top 12. Possibly, it probably is in the top 10, but I'm reserving my right to change my mind from my initial thoughts on the show. Of course, I covered Breaking Bad on this channel. I reviewed all the episodes of Breaking Bad. So if you want to check out any of my Breaking Bad content, I'll put specific videos of Breaking Bad at the end of this video. With about 20 seconds left, you can click right here to see my Breaking Bad seasons ranked, and then I'll put other Breaking Bad stuff at the end of this video. Let me know what you think of those videos, and of course, like and subscribe. So with all that said, this will be Better Call Saul, Season 6, Episode 6. The title of this episode is called Axe and Grind. And this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. So we have, I believe, a 16-year-old Kim Wexler sitting in the back of an office department store. The manager enters the office with Kim's mother, telling her that Kim was caught attempting to shoplift a pair of earrings and a necklace. Kim's mother admonishes her and threatens to take the value of the items out of her allowance, but the manager gracefully declines either that or calling the police. Outside, Kim's mother drops the charade and shows that she's actually impressed at what has happened, revealing that she herself had shoplifted the same items, giving them to Kim. As they drive away, Kim looks out of the car window, just kind of confused at what's going on. And then Howard, back to current time, Howard Hamlin engages in his morning routine. He makes a latte for his wife, Cheryl, but it becomes apparent that the two are not really, they're estranged, essentially. And after agreeing to Cheryl attending a social engagement alone, he tells her about the problems he has been having with Jimmy, and if she hears or sees anything, to remember that he is handling the matter. At HHM, the private investigator shows Howard surveillance photos taken of Jimmy at his new practice, Saul Goodman Associates, and details his step-by-step activities over the past few days. Howard notes a photo of Jimmy visiting a bank where the PI says he made several cash withdrawals amounting to $20,000. Howard states that Jimmy has no legitimate reason to need that much money. Jimmy and Kim visit Dr. Caldera, who gives Jimmy a mild drug. Caldera reveals that he is about to move away from Albuquerque, expressing relief that he will no longer have to engage in criminal activity and can treat animals full-time. He mentions having a little black book of contacts in the city's underworld, which Jimmy asks to see. Jimmy and Kim discover that the book is written in a cipher. Between the pages are several business cards, including a card for a vacuum repair company, confusing Kim as to their purpose. After Caldera leaves the room, Jimmy says he would walk away from the money that he is making. Why would he walk away from the money that he's making? Well, Kim says that he knows what he wants. Kim looks at Jimmy and, amused, takes him to a mirror, showing that his pupils have dilated. Cliff Main observes a hearing in which Kim defends her client on a drug possession charge. Afterwards, he questions her about how she left things with Howard Hamlin when she quit HHM. Kim credits Howard with both her career and her relationship with Jimmy. Cliff brings up the Jackson Mercer Foundation, a nonprofit legal group which funds justice reform programs on the East Coast, saying that he wants to talk to Kim about an attempt to bring the foundation to New Mexico. Kim visits Jimmy's office and is let inside by Francesca. Kim is impressed with the new waiting room, which has classy and professional looking appearance in keeping with Francesca's taste. Francesca, who hasn't seen Kim since the closure of Wexler McGill, congratulates her for her marriage to Jimmy after she leaves, Kim enters Jimmy's office. There, he and Joey's film crew are about to put makeup on and an actor impersonating Ran Castamiro, the mediator in the Sandpiper case. Kim tells Jimmy that Cliff invited her to a luncheon in Santa Fe in which the board members from Jackson Mercer Foundation, as well as the lieutenant governor, will be attending. Jimmy is ecstatic, but Kim has misgivings because the luncheon is scheduled for D-Day. He assures her that nothing will go wrong because her presence will not be needed, and then the two share a compassionate kiss. And then in a forest in Germany, Casper, who was a member of Werner Ziegler's evacuation crew, is chopping wood when Lalo Salamanca drives to the cabin. Sensing danger, Casper takes his axe and hides in a nearby barn. Drawing a pistol, Lalo follows him inside. Casper gets the drop on Lalo and strikes him in the gut with a blunt end of an axe, causing Lalo to collapse and struggle for breath. Under questioning, Lalo explains he tracked Casper down through the block he gave to Warner's wife, Marguerite. However, the pain is largely a ruse. He regains the upper hand by luring Casper to a close distance and slashing his face with a hidden razor blade, then using the axe to chop off his left foot. Lalo removes his belt and tells Casper to tie off the bleeding from the stump, saying that they're going to have to talk. Francesca looks uneasy at the collection of ne'er-do-wells in the waiting room. She enters his office with a letter of engagement for a client he is currently consulting. Francesca asks for a word, causing Jimmy to excuse himself while they talk about the talk-in law liberty. The alley behind the strip mall, the two argue over a task Jimmy has assigned her with, calling HHM, posing as a relative of the Sandpiper plaintiffs. Jimmy coaxes Francesca into dialing the firm on a burner phone. Speaking with a HHM representative, they learn that the firm's offices will host the upcoming mediation session and given the passcode needed to participate by phone. They return to Jimmy's office to discover his client urinating in a water feature. Jimmy tells Francesca to clean up the mess, but she tells him to clean it up himself. Mike is summoned into a meeting with Tyrus, who questions his decision to pull the surveillance from his own house while still keeping surveillance at other locations across the city, specifically Alameda Street. Mike replies that he made a judgment call owing to their stretched resources and insists that the surveillance on Alameda Street be kept in place. That night, Mike goes to Alameda Street and enters an empty house that is being guarded by two of Gus's men. The house is across the street from Stacy and Kaylee's address. He dials them via his cell phone and watches as they stargaze through a telescope on their front lawn. Eventually, Kaylee is turned in for bed, and Stacy confesses with Mike being under the impression that he is on a lengthy business trip. Mike continues to keep watch after Stacy goes back inside her house. Kim and Jimmy look over their post-it notes outlining the phases of their scam against Howard Hamlin. Kim crosses off the last post-it, marking the final phrase until D-Day, which is the following day. Jimmy suggests they go out to celebrate the imminent completion of their scheme by visiting Omaha Beach. They subsequently go to a grassy area, sit on a picnic blanket, and share a bottle of wine. After the couple give a toast to tomorrow, it is revealed that they are seating outside the main meeting room of Hamlin, and McGill. Kim and Jimmy leave the apartment, Kim to attend the luncheon in Santa Fe, and Jimmy to oversee D-Day. Jimmy goes to a wine store to purchase a bottle of Zaffarino, the tequila, in anticipation of the scam's success. However, he is shocked to see Rand Castamiro standing in the checkout ahead of him with his left arm in a sling supporting a cast. A panicking Jimmy calls Kim, who is driving out of town, to inform her that the plot has gone sideways. There is no way they can pass off photos of Jimmy meeting with the actor posing as Castamiro, who isn't wearing a cast, and make it as genuine. Jimmy suggests that they abort the plan and fight another day, but Kim, after much internal debliteration insists that it happened today. She pulls a U-turn across the highway median and speeds back into Albuquerque, New Mexico, and that's what ends this episode of Better Call Saul. So for this one, I'm going to rate it an 8.3 out of 10. These season 6 episodes, aside from episode 3, haven't been as entertaining as I remember. They're still good, but they're not like amazing episodes as I thought. I know there's a couple amazing ones coming up here. I'll give it an 8.3 out of 10. And my character of the episode, I'm going to give it to Kim Wexler. One could argue for Lalo and even Mike, but I'm going to give it to Kim Wexler. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, or El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you Hulk smash the like button, share the video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on my opinion of this episode of Better Call Saul. What would you rate it, and whom would be your character of the episode? Remember to click right here for my Better Call Saul or my Breaking Bad episodes or seasons ranked, and I'll put other Breaking Bad videos as well. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDAD TV.